Just did pie cut. Got the excavator set up to some pulleys coming up out of this tree here. Just doing back cut. Gonna be pulling it up the hill.
Alright guys, here I want to just take the opportunity to mention that when you're pulling trees over with equipment like this, or a truck, or whatever it is you're using, you want to really ease into it. First of all, the rope we're using here is probably rated at about 20,000 pounds, which is pretty light. Typically we use a 3/4 inch rope rated more about 33,000 pounds. That sounds like a lot, but when you're pulling on it with a big excavator or big truck, it doesn't take much to snap them. So you want to ease into these trees for that reason, and more importantly because you don't want to create a barber chair situation where the tree splits up the middle as it starts to fall, because there hasn't been enough holding wood cut through yet where the chainsaw is. And if you pull too soon or too hard too fast, you can cause a barber chair, which is where the tree splits up the length of the tree and then comes back and basically falls back on itself where the chainsaw operator is, and you can get somebody killed. So you really want to be very gentle when you're pulling on these trees with equipment. And you'll see when the tree is falling and it's definitely in your favor, going your way, at that point, if you want, say if you're pulling it with a pickup truck or something, you can gun it and really keep pressure on it if you feel you need to. There's pretty rare circumstances when you need to do that, but generally I just very gently pull them over. I see the tree going our way, and just stop. I just stop and let the tree go. Okay, the other thing I want to mention here is I'm the one in the excavator, and I'm watching my Sawyer making the cut on the tree. Typically I'll keep the machine running, but if I can't see him, I'll shut it off and make sure I can hear him. And he'll tell me when he's got the cut through the tree far enough to where the hold wood that's left will act as a hinge, but yet hold the tree. It won't just snap off. So I rely on him to give me the appropriate timing to start putting pressure against that tree. Now what you can't see in this video is on the opposite side of the tree are high tensile power lines and other houses. So there was no room for any error here. The tree had to go up the hill, and it was leaning in the opposite direction. So we actually pulled it back upright and then over, which is not really obvious in this film because you can't see it from the side view. We're looking downhill at it. Other thing I should mention is when you do this, you want to make sure your rope, your bull rope, is at least above the halfway mark of the tree, but no higher than 2/3 of the way up the tree. So you want to be right in that zone from half to 2/3. The reason for that is if you set your rope too high, you might think that's good because you'd have more leverage, which is true, but you can break the top out of the tree. And if you go too low, you may not have enough power or leverage to pull the tree over, or you might pull it off the stump rather than pull it over, which can really be a problem because you lose complete control of the tree at that point. So I think that pretty well covers it. It's a little bit tricky, but once you've done it a few times, it's a good way to go in certain situations.